This is Phaedra 2.0, so I'm definitely different from who you saw 16 years ago. I'm a better, remix of myself. You know what? I really say this is my season. I had a friend who basically told me about having a year of yeses. And so I had a year where I basically, said I would say yes to every opportunity. And from doing that, it obviously, spoke to the universe. Spoke to God, Jesus, and He just brought in more opportunities because I was open and available to, doing new things and getting out of my comfort zone. So from the traders, who knew, to, going to marriage medicine, to, returning to housewives, that was, moments that I said yes to things. And I was like, I'm not really sure what this is going to turn out, how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to say yes. Aiden, the prince, remembers being on television very vividly because he was, second grade when, I left Atlanta. Dylan, Mr. President, not quite so much, but Aiden was super excited to return. And, I consulted with, both of them because it has to be a family affair. They said, let's do it. And, here we are. And they've really enjoyed it. Yes. Well, this is Phaedra 2.0. So I'm definitely different from who you saw 16 years ago. Well, 14 years ago for me, 15 years actually. But I'm a better, remix of myself. I'm happy. I'm not in a bad marriage. I got a little cute young boyfriend that's just so tall, dark, and lovely. So you'll get to see him. Frick and frack me and Portia are back. So, that's going to be a lot of fun. You've got these new three fiery young ladies, that have joined the show who definitely bring quite a bit of entertainment, drama, and excitement at the same time. And then, you've got Shamia who's also joined in. Y'all have seen her for years as a friend of the show, but now she's a housewife. And so you get to see her life versus her just popping in and out. Yeah. And, Cynthia, she's got a new boyfriend. She's extremely happy. And so, it's a breath of fresh air. So, you're getting nostalgia, but you're getting it, with a little oomph. There is a new show in development that I'm super excited about. People who love me will definitely love this because you'll see more of me in this show because it's a little more concentrated on my life. I think it's something I'll definitely be very proud of. I love Cheez-Its, but I absolutely adore the Snap, brand. It's a chip and not a cracker. It's crispy, it's thin, it's delicious. It comes in so many different varieties of flavors, jalapeno, which is one of my favorites because, I'm from the South. We love a little spice and everything. So when they called, it was just perfect. So best collaboration ever.